In this lesson, we'll create lava from Maya particles, Maya blobby particles, as well as we'll use RealFlow later to generate lava. Um, so let's get started. Here I have a simple lava tube. Lava will be coming out of this tube, okay, and one volume emitter here, and point light. Okay, to create this emitter, you just have to go to Dynamics, go to Particle, Create Emitter, option box, set emitter type to volume and particles per second to approximately 800. We can always tweak that later. Okay, we have other options, direction X, as you can see here that select this and the direction is X, so that's why direction X is 1 here, and speed random 0.5. okay, volume shape cube. Once you create that, you'll get a cubical emitter here, cubic volume emitter. Now you can resize it, okay, and then put it over there. Okay, so the attribute we just we have here is let me reshape this. Right, let me switch to emitter, lava emitter, and emitter type volume, rate per particle per second 800, direction X, and speed random 0.5. So let's see what happens when you play. Okay, this emitter will shoot out particles in X direction and outside this tube as well. So we'll tweak that. I reverse this. Now first just apply gravity to the particles so that they fall realistically. Select the particles, go to fields, apply gravity. Okay, so now play, they will fall down. Now to collide with this geometry, select particles, shift select geometry, particles may collide, and now you'll get geoconnector. And this geoconnector resilience is 0.1. this is the bounciness, the friction. So we will set this resilience to pretty low value, 0.01. okay, and let's see what happens now. Alright, okay, now to make the lava we just have to convert these particles to blobby particles. So select your particles, go to particle shape, scroll down to render particle render type and set it to blobby. Okay, now you have to set the radius. Let me go ahead and assign a blend material to this. Blend and select back. Particle shape, we can set the radius of the individual particles and the threshold value so that they get glued to each other. So approximately, let's see, 1.2, 1.3. let's take it render. My software. Okay, so we need to tweak that down and let's increase the threshold value to say 0.6 or 7. Okay, let's take it render. Okay, so let me increase this dash resolution so that we can visualize this better. Okay, so maybe 1.3 and 0.66 will work. Okay, now we have to assign the shader to it. So let's go ahead and create a new. We already assigned blend to it, so let's go to rendering editor hypershade. Okay, we have this blend 2 here. Drag it down, and also add a ramp shader, a ramp texture rather. Okay. Okay, so we'll make this ramp visible here in attribute editor, and we need total 4 colors. So now we have 4. Set interpolation to smooth. Okay, at the bottom set the color to black. Okay, at the top set it to yellow. Okay, now for these two nodes we'll plug in cloud texture to make our lava texture. So select that, click on this checkerboard icon, and now select cloud from 3D textures, cloud. Now color 1 set it to black, color 2 I'll put in values here, 1.30, so dark orange. Okay, we have to adjust the contrast to approximately around 0.9, and amplitude, let's crank that up, set depth to 4 and 8, that's good, and just increase the center threshold to 0.3 approximately. Okay, that's color number 1. Now plug in another cloud texture to this selected color node here, 3D textures, cloud. Now for this color 1 it will be again black, color 2 set values to 0 0.9, I'm sorry, values to 0.9 and 0.4, 0.03, so that you get that color there. Okay, it's sort of orangish color. Again, crank this contrast up and amplitude around 2, set depth to 5 and 10, and also increase the center threshold value to 0.5. Okay, so now the ramp texture is ready. Now we have to plug this into this blend. So middle mouse drag this ramp to like this. Okay, middle mouse drag ramp to color. Okay, to incandescence, to bump, and to specular color, and that's it. So let's render the output. Pretty cool. Now we have to give it some glow. So let's plug in that ramp into this glow as well, the special effect glow intensity. Okay, and now let's take a render. Let's close that up and just play forward few frames. Okay, and just render it. Okay, so we can crank down that glows. It's a little too much, and we are good to go. Okay, so now we'll have a look at how to create this lava inside of RealFlow, and I will use the same shader for that. Okay, so here we are inside of Maya again, and this is our same lava tube we used earlier. Okay, to export it to we have to first just export this geometry to RealFlow. For that, make sure that your geometry is triangulated, because RealFlow only accepts triangulated polygons. So make sure it's selected, then go to polygons, edit mesh, mesh, and then triangulate your mesh. Okay, now to export, set your frames to whatever range you want, say 200. Your range slider from 0 to 200. Okay, then switch to RealFlow tab and click on the second button from the left, and then assign the name. Make sure that you export it inside of objects directory of your RealFlow project, and give it some name like import me, and the extension will be SD. You just click on export and it will get exported there. Okay, so here we are inside of RealFlow, and I'll just go ahead and open the project. It's a little bit slow. I'll go to desktop, lava tube, and then I'll open up my lava tube.flw. Okay, press Alt W to maximize this viewport, and here we have our lava tube. Okay, to import it is very simple. To import the SD file we just exported from Maya, you have to go to File, Import, Import Object, and then you can import the RealFlow SD format, the native SD format, into the RealFlow. Okay, so I have gone ahead and imported it in this project, and also created this vase. This object you can create from this menu. Okay, so let's go ahead and create an emitter that will emit lava. So go to emitter, circle, and just move it in place. 1 is the shortcut for top view. Just scale it down like so. Just move that. And 4, press 4 to go back to perspective viewport, and just pull it up and rotate along the G axis. Okay, so from front view we can set its position. You can switch to local axis mode by clicking on this icon. Just pull it down. Alright, press 4 to go back to the perspective view. Alright, so now press A key or click on the simulate button to start the simulation, and as you can see, now particles are being emitted from this circle emitter. We need more particles, so we'll go ahead and crank up the resolution. We pass that, select your emitter, go to resolution, set it to 3, play. Okay, so will shoot out particle in this direction, and it will come out of this tube and accumulate in this geometry here. Okay, Okay, as you can see here, our particles are continuously moving in this x direction. So to make them fall inside of this geometry, we have to apply gravity. So go to demons and apply gravity. Okay, I'll resimulate that. Okay, as you can see, now they are falling down nicely. Okay, to simulate lava, we have to make it a little more viscous. Okay, so select emitter, set resolution in already 3, set external pressure to 5, so that lava will be in the shape, and also change viscosity to 6, and I'll leave other option at default value. Also select your tube and make sure that under particle interaction, friction is set to 0.25. Okay, and now we'll resimulate particles. So I'll pause the video and come back. Okay, so let me pause that, and now we have the particle simulation ready. Now it's time to create mesh. Okay, select your circle and add a mesh to your scene. Okay, and set polygon size to approximately 0.04. Okay, and right click, build. Also select the mesh, right, and go to view, element, smooth shaded. This is our mesh, and we will not apply the filter method to it, because we want it pretty rough. We don't want to apply this filtering or optimize on this mesh. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll go ahead and generate the mesh. Okay, so go to the beginning of the frame, select your mesh and click on this script button here, build meshes, or press Ctrl Shift M. Okay, so RealFlow will go ahead and create mesh for each and every frame in this project. Okay, so now I'll pause the video again, and I'll see you inside of Maya. Alright, so we have just created mesh for our lava particles, and if you navigate inside of meshes directory of your RealFlow project, you can see that now we have the bin files here, sequence from 0 to number of frames we specified inside of RealFlow. Okay, to import this, you just go to the RealFlow tab and click on this last button, import bin sequence, then navigate to your meshes folder, select it, load, and click create. So now Maya will go ahead and import that object for you. But we have also created we have also created a geometry there for this lava accumulation, and that was RealFlow object, so we have to import that as well. So to import that, let me undo this. Just go to this option, import SD, and select under inside of your objects directory, select animation.sd. So that Maya will go ahead and import that geometry for you as well. And now import your bin sequence. Okay, for texturing of this scene, I'll open up a Maya file. Let it open. Okay, I have used the same blend material for it as we used in the Maya particles example, and applied to this geometry, or this mesh here, RealFlow mesh. And this is dielectric material, mental rays dielectric material, and this is MIA material X. Okay, single light, floor, okay, and a dome for reflections. So I've applied a surface shader to it. Surface shader, out color, apply that SDR image, and then under render stat of this a dome, just turn off cast shadow, turn off the sheep shadows, and primary visibility. Okay, so here we have our scene setup. Okay, just take render, and here is the render. Okay, if the glow is a little bit on the high side, so we can go ahead and crank that down by cranking down the color balance slider of the shader. Okay, and this is the final render output. Okay, just batch render your project. Okay, so this was about creating lava inside of RealFlow and inside of Maya using blobby particles.